Welcome to the second episode of the Sterling Austin Show. Of course, I'm Sterling Austin. I got my good friend, Garrett. How you doing, Garrett?
Right, thanks for having me, Sterling.
Of course, it's good to have you. It's good to have you. This is my good friend, my very tall friend. I don't know if you how tall are you again?
About 6'5".
6'5". I told everybody you're 6'7", so I don't know if that's a huge bummer. So he's 6'7". I think, compared to me, I'm 5'10", so, it's a huge difference right there. I'm loving your shirt, by the way.
Yeah,
I think most viewers would love your shirt too.
Yeah, if you don't get it, I recommend watching. I think the show's called The Office. It's got a few seasons out there. I believe it's on Peacock.
If you are watching this and you have never, that doesn't make any sense to you, don't stop watching this. Finish watching this, and then you need to watch The Office. It's the best show I think ever created. It's our favorite show, I believe, right?
Yes, it is. That and Frasier.
I love Frasier. I wouldn't say Frasier's my favorite show, but
it's up there.
It's a good show. It's a good show. What's your number two? Or is it Frasier?
There's so many right now. You haven't seen The Witcher, so I can't really talk about that. Don't want to spoil it, but
appreciate that. I hate spoilers.
Yeah, there's just so many good things. Marvel, we have a little bit different views. I like the new Captain America show, and I know that you didn't. But
I just didn't like the ending. Marvel. So I don't know if anybody knows. If anyone knows much about Garrett. We actually. You remember where we met? How we became friends?
Yeah, well, it first started off, I got an email from you because I was looking for employment.
Yep.
And then you emailed me, and then a girl actually called me. So I was under the first impression that you were actually a female.
I actually get that a lot from my name. I've been told a lot of women who have the name Sterling are females, and I didn't know that. It's funny. I was actually named after an NFL player, so I've always associated with a man name. But I've gotten it's a girl name a lot, so I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, it was only because you emailed me, and then for my interview, a girl called me, so I was like, oh, okay. I tried to put two and two together, which was completely incorrect.
Totally fair. Yeah. I started off. I was your boss first, and then we became friends.
Exactly.
Yeah. I give some of the best interviews. If you ever want a job and I'm your boss, I gave one of him.
I believe I was his actual first interview ever.
You were my first actual by myself interview. Yeah.
And I think I did it pre-professional. I came suited and booted, full on suit. I remember holding up the door for our immediate boss, and she didn't say thank you.
So, because we're stemming off that, when COVID first happened, because we're still in the middle of it, we got furloughed together.
Exactly.
We had a whole bunch of time off. We're back to work now. We did a whole Marvel run. You remember that?
We did.
That was awesome. That took forever. So I don't know. I mean, we're kind of past the whole quarantine thing. I feel like things are kind of back to normal a little bit. We're not sitting at home doing nothing anymore because
our schedules are a lot busier. We're doing our training thing, and I don't know when you're out and about, we can definitely notice there's a lot more people out there, which sucks for driving.
I was telling some people that it's gonna sound weird, but there's this phenomenon going on right now where people are missing the beginning of quarantine because it's like what is that thing where it's something syndrome where like if you're like captive, you like fall in love with your captor type of thing?
Not postpartum.
No, it's not postpartum. I think that has to do with pregnancy.
Yeah, that's pregnancy.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
I think I have some Stockholm syndrome going on where we got you do anything for a year and a half and that kind of becomes your routine, and so I'm dreading us going back.
Well, it was like pure freedom in the beginning because we literally had the options to do what we wanted to, even though the government said.
Yeah, we got to sleep in. That was nice.
Did a lot more than that. I partied a little too hard a few times, but
we did. We've had to. You almost died.
Yeah,
you almost died the first time we were partying. You want me to tell the people, or would you like?
I'm a little bit older than he is.
Let's hear your version, and then I'll fact check him and see how.
So my version, I came in at 12. It was actually just us two. We wanted to start sampling and stuff like that, so we had a couple shots before anybody even showed up because we were sampling some whiskeys and some nice tequilas, which we brought.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be fair, we were drinking some pretty strong stuff already to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then someone came over with moonshine.
Yeah, shout out Ryan Osris. That's our other friend. You guys might see him at some point on the show. His name's Ryan. He's a great guy.
He brought 2 jars, very colorful moonshine, and
he's claiming he's making it. Like he's distilling it out of it. I don't think so.
That.
I think he's just flavoring it. I don't know. We'll see.
I remember about after an hour and a half, I had about 16 shots total, and that was kind of That was it.
What happened? What happened? What do you mean that was
very
it?
Specifically, pizza showed up from Costco.
Shout out Costco if you work there. Shout out.
Unfortunately, on the other side of this wall, I was having my first slice, handed the last little bit of the moonshine to someone, and next thing I know, I just started violently vomiting.
Violently, not this
trying
is not
to hide
passive.
it, trying to hide it as much as possible, even though everyone was staring right in the sink.
When you're 6'7" and you're throwing up, you got puke on our ceiling, on our walls. He got puke on the pizza. Yeah. He got everywhere. It was so gross. And then immediately after puking, you remember what you did? I don't know if you blacked out or if you remember.
So I don't remember the time from throwing up. I remember the first throw up, and then I remember waking up 7 hours later, about 6 feet over here, just laying on the ground.
He went from he threw up to just going straight on the ground. We had to turn him on his side, make sure he was fine. Yep. I think you were puking in your sleep, by the way. We had to put a bowl and kind of keep you alive.
How I woke up dry heaving. You're correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So Garrett's first week and a half of quarantine almost died.
Yep. Yeah. I bruised my hip. Ended up with a bruised hip for laying on it for 7 hours. So
yeah,
the pluses of being old.
We just got done working out.
Yeah.
I did my first leg workout in probably 2 months because I don't do legs anymore because I bicycle to the beach every day. And
you haven't done legs since the first trip you guys took, however long that was.
Yeah.
Was that Disney? It was the first trip I think you guys took, right?
Was it Disney? Well, Disneyland was our first trip. It went Disney World. We went to Florida, Washington.
So it was before Disney World, you did your last actual leg workout.
Yeah, so I am dying right now. My legs are so sore, but it was a good lift. So what's your favorite Marvel movie? The best Marvel movie?
I mean, Endgame's just so good because it ties them in. Individually,
I disagree.
I want to say probably Winter Soldier, just because they finally have Captain being at his full potential, which they missed in the first one, because he's one of the, like I always say, one of the best hand-to-hand fighters.
Yeah, I like Captain America. I have a problem with any movie that has time travel. We've already talked about that before. It just bugs me because once you start going back in time in any movie, Hot Tub Time Machine, Back to the Future, you don't go back in time and Die Hard.
It's a quote from Endgame.
That's right. Yeah. I think I finished that quote because he just said that. Yeah. There's no limit to what can happen, and I just don't like that. It's same with, I love Harry Potter. I think most people love Harry Potter, and I think people can agree with what I'm about to say. And I love Harry Potter, but I don't understand when you can use magic, why there's limits on the magic. They just there doesn't need to be any limits on the magic.
Well, yeah, and then the only time they brought into the time was for Hermione's, so she could do classes every hour on the hour.
Yeah.
And then she kept spinning back in time and ended up, stressing herself out. But why didn't she?
But that's my point.
Only stop with that?
That's my point.
If they had that, why didn't they bring it back?
Exactly. If you're doing time traveling, why don't? Oh, is my
Special
cat?
Guest, yeah.
I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know who I am, and I have 2 cats, and that's my little baby Marie. I don't know. Oh, there she is. She'll probably come up here. Yeah, she's our second rescue. We have Ellie Mae, who we've had for I think 4 or 5 years now.
She's now toothless.
And then she has, I don't know if I'm gonna say this right. It's stomatitis, I believe, stomatitis or something like that. Where I believe, I could be saying this wrong, but I believe her body rejects her teeth, and so they were always falling out. Luckily, she did it she was never in pain.
Well, you could tell it wasn't fully affecting her because she's always been overweight.
Oh, we just got her weighed. Did I tell you how much she weighs?
I'm going to say 27.
27 pounds. She's a 15-pound cat.
15-pound cat. 12 pounds isn't that big difference.
I think Marie's like 9 or 10.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I remember when you guys first brought her, she'd fit in my hand.
She was so small she couldn't jump off. She couldn't jump on the couch. Speaking of couches, this is brand new. Have you seen this couch yet?
Yeah, I was told not to sit on here after working out.
Yeah, well,
first thing I did when I turned that corner was actually said to me.
Neither did I. We had to keep the thing clean. Yeah, this is not remind you of Friends.
Very, very Victorian style.
Yeah,
very vintage.
We got this for free. It was pretty cool. Hi, I'm gonna see if I can grab this cat real quick.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay. So she's gonna be all scared. But this is my cat Marie. If you've never seen her. She is adorable. She's a rescue. So she's got a nice, happy life now. Yeah. We named her after the Aristocats.
I believe it was supposed to be Nala.
Her name for her first week of life was Nala. And we're like, she looks just like the cat from the Aristocats. So we had to go with that. And then Ellie Mae, my sister named her Ellie Mae. And I believe it's short for Eliza Minnelli.
Okay.
So she just calls her Ellie Mae. Both great cats. If you ever thought of, of course we're talking about cats. Do you know that this day or week or month is National Adopt a Cat Day.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
dog
So
guy,
if you're watching this and you've ever thought about getting a cat, do it. They're a lot of fun. Just and you don't have to get a little, a kitten. You can get a full-grown cat.
Man,
Any cats.
I have one that comes to my front door and poops on my front mat every now and then, so I'll throw out food when it doesn't.
But you don't have a cat, right?
We have like a neighborhood cat that now, since I fed it, comes to my front door.
But you guys have 2 dogs, right?
Yeah, I have 2 dogs, but there's, like I said, there's a neighborhood cat now, a little orange thing
It's
that I feed every now and then.
One's a purebred pit bull.
My purebred pit bull, but I got her from when I lived in Hawaii, and then she also hangs out with my mom's corgi.
Oh, your corgi is adorable.
Now. His name is Bandit. Yeah,
I just love corgis in general.
Yeah,
They're
he's a sweet little pup.
Yeah. So you lived in Hawaii, right? How long did you live in Hawaii again?
Just a couple years, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was beautiful down there, but family brought me back. But without that, I wouldn't be here now.
Hey, you can move back if you wanted to.
Exactly. My retirement plan is to go down there. But yeah, I got her in Hilo. She will be 5 this year.
Nice. I didn't realize she was that young.
Yeah. She's pretty old now in dog years. So
30, 35.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have. We have the 2 cats here. My parents' house, we have a black lab and a chihuahua.
I think I saw it on your feed, the lab. Okay.
She is so old and overweight, and she's got terrible hips, but she's
happens with age.
Yeah, she's still in there. The chihuahua, I think the chihuahua is like 17 years old. I cannot believe the thing is still alive.
Yeah, they last a long time. The lady I let move in has one as well. I think it's like 12, and I just found out it's completely deaf, and she didn't even know.
Mine's
completely deaf
and blind. Well, it can see, it can kind of hear, but it's not fully. It's partially blind, partially deaf. And so yeah, I can't believe that thing is still around. It's still it's doing its thing, I guess. So
it's rude of me, but I like to walk up to it and just like tap. It scares it every time. Like not mean, but it doesn't know I'm there because it doesn't even feel vibrations. I don't know. It's just super old dog.
You'd think it'd be used to it or something.
Yeah, but no,
yeah. Well, good thing you guys have it, because if it was in the wild, it would not do. Well, so I've been bicycling. I don't know if I told you, I had to stop because of the deer. Did I tell you about the deer situation that happened?
No, last I remember, usually your bike stories end up either kicking kids or yelling.
Yeah. I didn't, that wasn't my fault. Well, it was my fault, but it wasn't my fault. I have the most craziest adventures when I go on bike rides, right?
I recommend you always wear a GoPro so we can see this.
If I didn't look like such a douche with the GoPro, well, first off, okay, what I wear it on my chest or my helmet.
It's also a safety thing though as well too.
That is true. If you wear it on your helmet, don't you look? I would look kind of douchey, right?
Well, you could always do it on the handlebars, and
I probably should. I think I might show some adventures, because I have the craziest.
And it's a beautiful view on most of the time where you're going to.
That is true. Okay, so just recently, so first for deer, males only have horns, right?
Yes.
Females don't have horns.
I believe so.
So if you see a big deer with horns and a smaller one, that would be his son, right?
That or he has a young girlfriend.
No, it had horns. It was a big one with horns.
Oh, okay.
It was a smaller one with horns.
Okay.
So that's okay. So I was bicycling, and that's what I came across. And they were probably 100 feet away from me. They weren't too close to me, but they were there. And every time I come across any animal, because when I go on my bike rides, sometimes I come across bobcats, coyotes. Sometimes it's one coyote, sometimes it's a whole pack of them. And I always stop, because if I get attacked, I'm out there by myself,
Yeah.
And so I just don't risk it. And they saw me, I saw them. I thought, okay, they'll run away. And they looked at me and they started running. But they were doing that hop thing they do, and they were doing it straight at me. They weren't running away. They were running towards me. I'm like, oh no, right? And I'm like, it was uphill. I was like, I can't bicycle up fast enough. So I got off my bike, and I always carry pepper spray with me, because I heard that animals, not that I would carry a gun, but pepper spray is more effective to stop an animal attack than a gun is, because
bear mace,
their adrenaline, if I had a gun and I shot it, they'll still keep attacking. But if you spray them with mace or pepper spray, their what are their instincts?
Disrupts their eyes, it's gonna upset their nose, and
so they'll immediately stop. And so I hid behind my little bike, and I had my pepper spray, and they probably got to about 10 feet. I mean, they were pretty close to me, and they stopped, and we just kind of stared at each other, and then they just ran away. So I don't know if that story was going to sound amazing. I didn't get attacked, but
I've had a similar event actually when I lived in Hawaii. So I used to walk my dog, a pit bull, who was off leash all the time. It was a little more friendly in Hawaii. People didn't really care. Like
I feel like most people are more friendly in Hawaii.
If I do it here, I gotta have a leash. People still, switch sides. But anyway, so
it doesn't help. It's a pit bull. People usually they freak out.
She's gorgeous though. She's gorgeous.
She is a
very
nice
look, and
dog.
she's actually pretty small for a pit bull. But
tiny,
we're on a little walk on Wallua Road, and about 20 yards up, we're probably like a good few hundred yards from the house. I see 2 wild dogs, and I'm like, okay, Sapphire, who's my dog's name? Let's take it nice and slow. If we turn around and run away, these dogs will chase us, and then they will attack you. So we're going to slowly turn around and walk the other way. And I went to look at her, and she was already gone. She left me. And then by that time, she sprinted away. Those 2 dogs came after us, and just like you, they came about 10 feet away. They sniffed me, and then they ran away. But what a complete loser.
I don't want to cut you off, but if you guys can hear that noise, can you hear that noise?
That the cat scratching?
Yeah, no, that's my cat. My cat just pooped. And now she does this thing where instead of covering the poop like how cats do, she scratches the actual box. So within the next couple of minutes, it's gonna get so stinky in here. By the way, this cat has the worst smelling poops I've had. A lot of animals. I've had dogs, cats. So if you guys heard that noise, that's my cat completely not covering up her poop. Yeah, so. Just know that we are not having the best aromatherapy right now.
Yeah, so if my eyes start watering, it's completely the cat poop.
Yeah. So sorry, keep going. So
that's just about it. Yeah, the dogs came up to me about 10 feet away, and my dog just left me to die. So
your dog ran away?
Yeah, completely left me. These 2 wild dogs ran up on us,
Darn.
and I was talking to her like she was there, and she split.
What kind of dogs were they? Were they just other pit bulls?
They looked like one was like a shaggy-haired mutt, and the other one was probably like a larger terrier breed. Yeah, but 2 dogs. My pit bull, supposed to be big, bad, ferocious dog, left me. I walked all the way back to the house. She was just sitting there at the front door.
Oh, she went all the way back home? Well, she's a smart dog. She's like, I'm out.
She's very smart.
Well, there's that joke that, if you're out in the wild and, a tiger sees you, you don't have to outrun the tiger. You just have to outrun the person you're with. So she figured out, why fight him? I can just run away.
This is true.
Darn, that sucks.
Yeah, I remember that every time I feed her.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never. What else have I had bicycling? Okay. I'll tell the. I don't know if this is going to alienate anyone. I'll tell the story about.
Well, there was a time we were walking for breakfast that one time, and that guy in the green yelled at us. I can't remember what he left from like 100 feet away.
I bicycle almost every single day. I love bicycling because we work out, and then after we work out, sometimes we go for a run, sometimes we don't. Yeah. But I like bicycling because it's not bad on your knees. I have terrible knees. I played hockey. Well, I would still be playing, but COVID happened. Yeah. So I played hockey my whole life. I have terrible knees because I was the goalie. So shout out if you're a goalie. You know what's up.
Just bad knees in general.
Yeah. Well, you're old, so you know.
This is.
And so I don't understand why there's so much hatred in the bicycle community. Those people are like the meanest people in public. I don't understand why they're so angry and they yell at everybody and they dress like Lance Armstrong. I don't understand why they do that. What?
They like the aerodynamics.
But who cares?
Compression feeling.
You're just doing it for you because you're not actually racing, right? I don't understand. So if you're one of those people,
the hype.
Please tell me why you guys do that. I don't understand. I saw the guy ran the stop sign. The car was already in it. He yelled at the car, and it's like he ran it. So me and him got yelled at by the same guy. Because we were in his way. We weren't in his way. No. I haven't yelled at a single person.
We're actually walking you in front of me, and then I just regularly remember him yelling at us, and we yelled back, and then he looked and he's like, oh, maybe I should be quiet.
Yeah, he was just an old guy. So if you ride a bike, just be nice. This world's already crazy enough. We don't need all this. Oh man, yeah, that was pretty great. We were getting brunch. No,
it was at the
aquarium.
It was was that the 7-hour walk day?
Yes. Alyssa was getting her haircut.
Yeah.
And we'll be going and got brunch though.
Yeah, that was that random hot day when we were both wearing thermals and dying of sweat.
That was rough. Yeah, we walked I think like 10 miles a day and it was like 80 degrees. That was rough. But it was beautiful because we're out in Monterey. So if you've ever.
And then we had that cafe. I can't remember what it was called. With the orange shades.
It's named after the Wave Street Cafe.
It is Wave Street.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you ever visit Monterey, go to that cafe.
It was good.
It's delicious. Yeah. Get the crab cakes. That's my favorite food.
Especially after 7 hours of walking.
Yeah. Oh well, we ate it first and then we went right.
We walked, we got coffee like 3 different times.
We did. Oh, that's what we were doing. We went to all the coffee shops.
Yeah.
They all sucked too. I was really disappointed about that.
Well, that first one, I can't remember what it was called. It's good for them because it was really bad.
It was
straight
terrible.
Folgers. It was straight Folgers.
It was not craft or artisan or nothing. Yeah, it was just straight because
because we're both baristas.
We love coffee. Yeah, that's what we do.
So we actually never told them what you hired me for, but I became a barista for you.
At Starbucks. I thought we said that. Did we not say that before?
I don't know if we actually went into the actual job. So I was the first actual one that they did the full training for. I do recall, and everyone was upset about that. Yeah. But it was actually a lot of great stories. One specifically I do remember was the day that our district manager came out. Our truck showed up, and you were busy. And
I was busy.
No one could help with the truck. Yeah. And
yes. We caught him sleeping on the job. Yes, that was crazy.
No one caught me. First of all, no one came to help me.
Yeah, okay, so this is a great story.
Our trucks have large pallets because we order by the week, so we get large orders. About 3 pallets came in. I'm a big guy. I don't complain about heavy lifting, but it's nice to see someone. Oh, do you need help? Every now and then when there's like 14 people technically working, but no one came out anyway. So I don't know if anyone knows what alt milk is, or when it comes in a complete case. There's about 6 of these things. It weighs probably like 40 to 50 pounds.
Yeah, alt milk is alternative milk. So coconut milk, almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm stocking them in the van for us to take up to our actual storage yard. And then someone says we could use one more, and I had already placed it in the dead center in our little transport. And I'm a strong guy, so I can just heave it out. So I grab it by the cardboard with both hands, and if you could see these hands, they're pretty large.
He's got pretty big. Oh, he's 6'7". Yeah. So proportionally, he's not
I pull with all
bad.
my strength, thinking it's gonna whip out easily. So the cardboard comes, the milk stays. Both my hands flap, hit me right in the face. I'm laying flat down for God knows maybe 5 minutes, just right there on all the product. Yeah. No one comes out.
He
to help
knocked
me.
himself out.
Knocked myself out.
He hit himself in the face, and he knocked. So he's just sleeping. The van's on.
And no students pass by. People had to see this tall person just bending over for like 5 minutes doing nothing.
I go out there. He's asleep. I was like, "What are you doing, man?"
He didn't come out. I walked back in like, "What the heck?" I was like, I could have been robbed. I would just knock myself out. Sat there. That was the first time I saw bright lights. First time I ever been knocked down. Of course, it was by myself.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was a crazy day.
My nose was swollen for like a week. I think I blacked out.
I'm glad you didn't break anything, man. You hit yourself pretty hard.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I hit myself pretty hard. Knocked myself out. It takes a lot of force.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of you can always say I'm willing to knock myself out if you ever get in a fight. So just imagine what I'll do to you, type of thing.
I know how much it takes, and from here on out, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from all milks.
Yeah. So we, other than this guy sleeping on the job, we work at Starbucks. I love coffee. Mm-hmm. Love coffee. If you've seen episode 1 with my buddy Texas James, we talked about coffee. Would you love coffee too, right?
I'm off it right now, but yeah, I do love coffee. I got really hooked on cold brew. My favorite is actually nitro. It's just because it's so smooth.
They're extremely smooth.
But because I'm working out so much, I already have such a high caffeine intake that I don't want to put any extra in there. Like right now, I'm already on like 600 milligrams of caffeine for the day.
Would you try that coffee that comes from the little monkey or the cat, the one that poops it out?
Oh, it starts with a K.
I thought it started with a C. I think it has that k sound, but I don't remember what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Would you try it?
I mean, if you've eaten a hot dog, you might as well try that coffee.
I don't think there's poop in the hot dog, right?
Yeah, but there's straight booty.
Yeah, but I don't know. That thing, it's like $600 a pound.
Yeah, that's why.
$600 a pound.
You only live once.
There is no way
you eat 7 different types of spiders while you sleep, so why not just eat a turd?
That's in your lifetime.
Exactly, and this is poop one time.
But you do it on an accident is
if you ever
different
got
than doing it on
pink eye,
purpose.
you got poop feces in your eye. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's just coffee.
Nope, it hasn't happened to me. I don't think so. I don't know. If it was free, I would probably try it just because you only live once type of thing. I don't think I'd pay $600 for a pound of coffee. I'm not that.
No,
as rich as we are,
I would get a glass. I wouldn't buy for the actual coffee. I'm pretty sure one glass is probably like $40.
Yeah, I went to that first Starbucks. Oh no, this wasn't at the first Starbucks. I was in Seattle. Yeah. I went to the Reserve. So I don't know if you guys know about Starbucks. They have these things called Starbucks Reserves. Now they have Reserve bars, which is just a normal store, and it has like the Starbucks Reserve coffee. Sometimes they have a Clover, which is this fancy little machine. But the actual Reserve roasteries, there's only like 7 of them in the world. One of them is in Seattle. I think it's like Seattle, Chicago. I think that's it for the United States. There might be one in LA. I think there's one in Japan, one in China, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I went there, and they have this coffee, and I forgot. Oh, it's like Jamaican bluegrass or something like that. And I've heard people talk about it before, and I was gonna try it. It was $45 a bag.
A bag.
A pound. Well, a pound. $45 a pound. And I'm like, darn, I don't think I want to pay that. But I got it. I believe I got it just as like a cup of coffee, because you could do that. It was like $20 for a cup of coffee. Which then I thought, wow, I paid $20 for a cup. I should have just got the whole bag for 40, but or 45 or whatever.
So
but
comparing that, it's $20 towards like a Starbucks blonde brew. What takes? What wins?
I love coffee. I'm not a coffee snob. I'll take the $3 cup over the $20 cup. I think, I don't know why people, like, especially with wine, they feel like just because it's more expensive doesn't mean it's better.
It's also true.
Just so I don't know. I think the $3 cup of coffee was, I love blonde roast too. It's my favorite roast. So yeah, I did that. I also did, so I got the Clover coffee, which if you've never seen what it looks like or how it works, it's not like a normal coffee brewer. It is this, it looks like a square box, like a GameCube. I don't know if I'm aging myself right there. Do people know what a GameCube is?
I still have an original Nintendo, so.
Yeah, a 64? Or Super Nintendo?
Original Nintendo.
Is that the one you would like?
First Nintendo ever made.
On the
A/B buttons only, yep.
The little cartridge?
You did that for Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo, but I have a regular Nintendo.
You weren't supposed to do
Mario's,
that either?
You had the gun, you had the glove, like
the
original Nintendo.
The duck hunting game. That was it, right?
Yep.
That was such a classic.
I have duck hunt and I have the gun.
Yeah, but you weren't supposed to the things that would like break them.
Yeah, they're already breaking it.
I did it. It never did anything for me. So
it's just like back in the day, you should hit the TV to get it to
very true.
sit still. That's just how we got things to work back then.
Yeah. What was I saying? What was I talking about?
You were going about how the Clover machine.
Oh, it looks like a GameCube. Then exactly. I said, I just aged myself. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I'm all hopped up on the coffee. I've had like 3. I got
caffeine in me too.
I got this coffee from the Marshalls. I'm a Maxinista. I love. I want to pay a lot for good stuff, right? There's this coffee brand. I'm sure a lot of people heard it. It's not really a West Coast thing. This is an East Coast thing, and we're in California. Obviously, the West Coast, best state. Sorry. It's called Joffrey's Coffee. And I learned about it in Disney World because they had in every park, every land in the theme park had a Joffrey stand. And so then I saw it at, it was either Marshall's or TJ Maxx. I think it was Marshall's. It's like $5 a bag of coffee. And it's so good. Well, the one I have now, it's called Jamaican Me Crazy. Can you smell that? I don't smell anything bad.
You had me smell the bag outside the bag. Yeah. It wasn't open. Actually, I could smell it. It smelled pretty good.
It's like caramel flavored. It's like caramel flavored. I think it's a medium or a dark roast.
So basically, it's like basically already pre-sweetened.
Yeah, you don't have to have. I put a little bit of creamer in there just because.
Always black.
Yeah, I mean,
always black.
I can drink it black. I can drink it with cream. It's just kind of how I'm feeling that day to day, Also, you want to know some fun? Well, actually, you might already know.
Well, I was actually going to cut you off, and so
you guys
did Disney World, and then so you guys did a week there. 2 weeks.
We balled out. So I said, if I'm going to go all the way across the country, I need to do everything.
So now, preference-wise, you guys have done Disneyland thousands of times.
True. We used to be pass holders. Yeah.
Which would you prefer if you had to go wherever? Where'd you guys rather sit?
I don't know if you guys can see on the camera. There's the cat. There she. Come here, cat. Come here.
She lost some weight.
She has the most fluffiest little Swiffer duster tail I've ever seen for a cat. I think, okay, what I'm going to say, I feel like most people can agree with what I'm going to say. If you've done both, and if you've done both enough, Disneyland, because you get a lot of the same people, basically a lot of people from California coming. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Mid-jump.
Oh, my gosh. I hope we caught that. The cat came in flying. My gosh.
Full Simba there, jeez.
Sheesh, that's my cat. Yeah, that's my little crackhead of a cat.
Just now, she went by.
Oh, do you smell it?
She probably let a fart out.
Oh my gosh, I hope if you're, because this is on Spotify and YouTube. I hope you saw this on YouTube. This cat just came flying and she just jumped out of nowhere. So, gosh,
I was so into the conversation and didn't.
When you like freeze, I just did that. So I don't know what we could have about everything.
My fight or flight's a little worn off.
I would have ran. This is a little feisty cat.
Back to Disneyland.
If you've been to Disneyland, you're gonna see, if you go there enough, you're gonna see a lot of the same people. People go to Disneyland a lot. Disney World, from what I've kind of heard people say and what I've kind of noticed, is that people do it once and it's a lot of tourism versus locals going there. And so I guess I'm getting really very specific. Bottom line, Disneyland, way less to do. You got 2 parks. They're both smaller than all the parks in Disney World, but it's more magical. The food
More
just tastes
theme-like
better. Everything just seems better.
Okay.
Their quality. It's definitely a quality versus quantity type of thing. Disney World, I mean, I loved it. I didn't hate it at all. Like, I don't want to seem like it was terrible. It just, and I don't know either if it has something to do with going during COVID, because we went in March of this year, not when COVID first started. So things are pretty relaxed. So I don't know if it has something to do with that. It just seemed that it was like a Six Flags, or I don't know what other theme parks there are. Six Flags Great America, where people were just there to go like on the rides. Like so I don't know. I don't know if you're watching, you can see my socks. I've got some cool Haiti socks, Disney socks. So I made sure I dressed up. So I had the shirts, I had the socks.
The
also, I have a
Simba.
I have a little Lion King Simba tattoo. I told you how I got that, right? A little Simba tattoo.
Vaguely.
So this is actually a really cool tattoo. I don't know if you guys can see it. This was done by a tattoo artist who she was on that show Ink Master, I believe. That's the show, Ink Master.
It was a tattoo, yeah, Ink Master.
Yeah. And so before that, she used to work at Disneyland, and she was a princess on Disneyland.
Oh.
So shout out Hillary. If you're listening or watching, I'm talking about you. If you're ever in LA, check out her shop. I don't remember what it is, but
Tattoos by Hillary.
yeah, Tattoos by Hillary, something like that. You could look her up because they did a whole thing on her on Ink Master. And so it's really cool because I could say, yeah, I got a Disney themed tattoo by a real life Disney princess because she was Snow White when she worked at Disneyland.
Okay.
I think that's incredible to say because most people cannot say they got a tattoo by, a real life Disney princess. So that's, yeah, I love telling that story. I got Hakuna Matata.
So did I tell you the last time I went to the Disneyland?
I know you've had.
It's been
not the best experiences, which just like I feel so bad because I've had so many fun experiences there.
So I used to go quite often with my family growing up, but so I was a lot smaller for a long time, and one day I just woke up stupid tall. Last time I was there was actually 2008, and the girl I was dating at the time, I took her for graduation. We went for just shy of a week. And day one, so we just got our fast passes and hit every ride the right way. A little science to it on how we got everything. We got to Space Mountain for some reason. I just remember it being bumpy. You fly around because you don't really see everything going on. But I remember liking it because it's kind of Star Wars feeling. It was really cool at that time. And by the way, I haven't been there, so I don't know about all the Star Wars land stuff.
Oh, it's pretty.
But anyway,
cool.
So since you go on these rides and you fly around and you don't really know what's going on, I got wedged in on Space Mountain. So the distance from the back of the ride,
you got stuck in the thing
from my back to my knee, got wedged in there.
Oh man!
And I was wearing nice designer pants, trying to look all nice because I was trying to impress my girlfriend at that time, looking nice. And it took me 15 minutes to get out of that seat. And the guys and the line were laughing at me. They had to help me hammer my legs out with their hands. And then I had bloody, somewhat bloody knees, ripped pants, and 15 minutes of embarrassment.
Oh my God! Did they? So everyone in line was just watching you.
Just had to sit. They couldn't get me out. I'm literally just stuck in there. Just butter me up. Put some butter on these knees so I can get out of here.
So you went on that's kind of that's a cool story, but that must have been like.
And I know professional athletes go on the rest, so they must sit cattywampus or something. I don't know.
That is a very tight ride. If you've been on Space Mountain, it's a very tight ride.
I got wedged in there. All legs.
That's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool story to tell people.
Yeah, it held up.
Did they hook it up with fast passes or anything after? They say sorry.
Like I said, they laughed at me and
no way. Well, how long ago was this?
This was 2008.
Okay,
so it's been a little bit.
13
years. Yeah.
14 years.
It's
wow.
changed a lot. I guess they just opened a new Marvel's Academy.
Okay, so I have so many friends who know I love Disneyland, or just Disney in general, and so I keep getting people sending me all these, have you seen this? Have you seen it? And I'm not watching anything because I want to be surprised. This new Avengers campus that's on. I did see one thing. It wasn't a spoiler. They have, I don't know if I want to tell you if it's a spoiler. It's not a spoiler.
Well, I think I've seen more than you because.
Oh, well, don't tell me what you know.
Well, I just went and saw what celebrities went and showed up.
Oh, yeah. There was.
And it wasn't showing everything. It was just showing specific, still shots of these celebrities.
Billy was there.
From the movies, yeah.
Yeah.
From the movies there. Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Who's somehow not Asian at all.
So Paul Rudd, he, if you go to Disneyland, they have the train tracks. Did you see his little trolley car? from San Francisco. They put on the train track, and it's it's this tiny little like 8-inch trolley car, and it's going across. It's super funny. Yeah.
Yeah, the one is it the one that gets blown up in the movie, or is it the one that he's thrown around?
Oh, it's just your standard looking little trolley car. It's only like a foot long. Yeah, so it doesn't blow up. I don't think it blows up in Disneyland. So
you never know anymore with these trips.
I can't believe you got stuck. You know, I've gotten stuck on the rides. Like the ride's broken down. Mm-hmm. I got stuck at the Pirates of the Caribbean, which let me tell you, of all rides to be stuck on, that's a good one because first off, you're not in the sun. Like imagine being stuck
real nice and cool
in the sun because you know it's LA. LA can be hot. Mm-hmm. You know, and now you're cooking and you're getting sunburned. So you're not in the sun. The smells, I mean, it's basically chlorine, but it smells awesome. It's an awesome
it's more,
Pirates of the Caribbean scent. We were stuck on it. I went like an hour. I don't know what happened.
So you're probably in like the middle of the ride then.
We were. It was right. If you've been on the Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland, it's right after the big. There's two. There's two drops. Mm-hmm. It was right after that. And then then it's stuck. So I don't know what happened. They didn't say anything. We were stuck on it for like an hour, and we didn't get no fast passes or anything. So that was a bummer. But at least I didn't get physically hurt. Although on that ride, one time we were about to get on the ride, mm-hmm. and they had to they temporarily close it because I witnessed this guy. He was a heavier set guy. And when he put his foot into, if you've never been on the ride, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But you're on a boat. You're on a boat, and it has like benches, and you go in the water,
like a rowboat style.
Yeah, I can't imagine you don't know what we're talking about. So when he stepped on it,
it sank.
It sank. I don't know if he broke, dislocated. I don't know what he did. But he slipped, and his leg went one way. His kneecap went the other way.
Oh, yeah, his weight did not.
And then, because he slipped, because he was heavier, he fell in the ride, and they could not get him out of the boat. Like he couldn't stand up. He was in so much pain.
Dead weight. It's really hard.
His dead weight. You could when you see someone's face and they're in agony.
Yeah. He
was in agony. They were all trying to help him. They had to get a wheelchair. It took probably 10 minutes, which isn't a long time, but that's a long time to be in pain on the floor.
For him, that's a long time.
I felt so bad. Yeah. I didn't do anything wrong, but I was like, man, because that just ruined your trip. Yeah. I mean, you're going to the hospital now.
Well, he probably tore his ACL or
maybe. Yeah. It was bad. And it was so quiet, and everyone was watching him. So you're embarrassed, you're in pain, your trip's ruined,
and you still got to get wheeled all the way out of the park.
Yeah. So at least for you didn't get, hurt like that guy.
And then I think the next day we went on Indiana Jones and it broke down mid-ride. And then, but the cool thing is we actually got to walk out the entire ride. There's little hidden passages that the workers go through. They had to take us out. I don't really remember too much of it, but
that happened. Indiana Jones breaks down because of the hydraulics.
Yes. I hear they have to keep running it, and if it sits or something like that, that's what actually caused it to break down or something like that.
That sounds right. I'm not gonna say you're lying right there. I'll believe you for that.
I think that's what it is.
You could be totally BSing. I got stuck on the Cars ride, which sucked. Oh my gosh, because that's a ride you're waiting, a couple hours if you don't have a fast pass. That ride, no matter what time of the day you're going to Disneyland, that ride is such a long wait. We got on it. We're on it for 2 or 3 minutes. It breaks down, and they had to do the same thing. They had to get us all. Well, actually, it was a medical emergency because when we were in our car, there was like 3 or 4 medics that ran past us to go. Well, I mean, we didn't see it, so I don't know how far ahead it was, but they had to go help that person. And when we got off the ride, they said you can't take videos or pictures because the whole thing was lit up. Wow. And so they were like scared you're going to take videos or pictures. And I'm like, I just paid a lot of money to come here. And then you broke the ride on me, so I'm going to take pictures or videos of whatever I want. I didn't do it, but I was just like the audacity to say, you waited in line, you don't get to go on the ride, and don't take a picture of the ride. I don't think so. I'll do whatever I want, Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was and you're just seeing mechanical stuff. I mean, they're not real cars. Yeah.
It's like if you go behind Small World, these aren't real kids. They're just little machines.
Well, I hope not,
You never know. I've seen Family Guy. Sometimes they are.
I love Family Guy. Love South Park. Shout out Seth MacFarlane. Did you watch Ted? The movie Ted?
I actually just watched it again the other night.
I just watched it again the other night, too.
For some reason, I'm on an HBO Max binge right now.
Same.
It's hilarious. Thunder Buddies, man.
I heard they're making a TV show for Ted.
Like adult? Like it's going to be real? Or is it going to be cartoon?
I'm assuming, no, adult. Like, I mean, he's
No, I mean like
animated.
Is it, oh, it's gonna be completely animated, like
No.
real
Like
person.
he is not a real bear.
No, I mean like is it gonna be like a real human, or is it gonna be like cartoon,
Like an
Family
actor?
Guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like an animated series.
Yeah, it's gonna be animated series,
got you. Yeah, no. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be real people and then a animated bear or a CGI bear or whatever it is.
It's hilarious. So I very much enjoyed seeing Flash Gordon still acting around there, man. Yeah.
I didn't know. You know that was Queen.
Yes.
Yeah. So I talked about on episode 1. I don't like the Beatles that much. I don't like. Same with Queen. I don't get the hype, you guys. I don't. They got some good hits, but they're not the best band to ever.
I think just for him, Freddie himself is just an extremely talented guy. I mean, I love all their songs and stuff like that, but compared to music now, I think they're a lot better than anyone.
I hate the music today.
Hate
the music today. Yeah,
it's just poop.
But so there's gonna be. Did you watch Ted 2?
I think I did, but I
didn't. I haven't watched it yet.
I think I've watched Ted. I've only saw Ted twice now, so I don't remember the second one as much because I'm not a huge Mark Wahlberg fan.
I love Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark.
He just always, I feel like, besides Shooter, I think all his other movies.
Shooter was good.
Yeah.
Well, he's the same character in every single thing. I just watched the movie with him. What was I watching? Oh, Pain Again.
You just watched it today,
I watched Pain Again before we worked out, so I'd get all pumped up for it and stuff. Yeah, that was such a great movie. If you've never seen Pain Again, go watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, look at my. Do you see my cat right now? She's like eating.
Starbucks wrapper.
No, you know what this is? You know this is the It's a foolish move. I did a silly goose move. I bought the bottle of Taco Bell sauce at the grocery store. Instead of just getting 1,000 packets, I caved and bought the bottle.
Sauce? Okay.
Because I feel like they're judging you. You know, I need like 20 packets.
Well, everyone has that drawer, you pull out, you got 20 packets, some ketchup in there, some salt, and some sporks.
Well, I caved and I got the bottle. So that's what that was. Yeah. I don't know why she's sitting right here. It's such a fluffy little cat.
Well, just got to be ready for the next mid-air attack.
I cannot believe she jumped like that. That was crazy.
I'm just shocked it just happened, and neither one of us reacted. We're so focused.
I'm just glad she didn't claw us up, man. That would have been a huge bummer.
And you're wearing pants, so it would have been straight on the flesh.
I'm looking. So I've talked about it before. This kind of show. This is just a show. It's gonna be fun. We just talk about fun stories, fun stuff, tell some jokes. There's no rules to it at all. I have a list of topics we can talk about. But we're just going to kind of go with the flow type of thing. That's what we're kind of doing. So I think we've already talked about some stuff. Yeah. So that's what this kind of show is going to be. It's just going to be a fun, a place you can go to kind of hear some fun stories. And hopefully my goal is to make you laugh. Our goal is to make you laugh a little bit. I think, him knocking himself out is kind of funny, especially at work,
It's more funny for other people, but, living it.
You got to live it. You got to laugh at your own pain, brother, or else it's going to stick with you,
I laugh at it now. It's still a little upset that no one ever came and helped me.
It's pretty funny, man. Yeah. I wish I would have, not that I, wish I would have seen it, but yeah. So that's what the show is going to be. Did I tell you I just took a trip? Mm-hmm. Crazy thing happened. Crazy thing.
I want to hear about it.
Well, it's gonna save it for next episode. Is what we're gonna do because
it's
it's a pretty crazy story.
All right.
It involves surgical tools and no anesthetics.
Colonoscopy.
There we go. Oh, yep, colonoscopy. So that's what.
All right.
I will talk about that episode 3. Whether it's you're gonna be my guest or not, that's gonna be the next topic.
Ooh.
So yeah. So this was episode 2. I had my good friend Garrett. Right. Where can the viewers find you at? If they enjoyed hearing you and seeing you, where could they go for more?
So I'm not
Garrett?
huge on social media. I post dog stuff like that. But if you want to get on my Instagram, it's gmayne08, and that's spelled GMAYNE08.
Okay.
That's kind of how the best way to get a hold of me. I do have YouTube, but I'm not really doing that right now.
Okay. If I get good at editing, I'll make sure to put those at the bottom. I'll put his ads for stuff. I'll do his YouTube too, especially if you like dogs. What do you do on YouTube? Just to kind of give you, or should they be surprised?
Well, actually, they could be surprised. I do fitness.
Okay, yeah. Let's have them. If you enjoyed hearing and seeing this 6'7", very funny guy, go check out his socials. For me, obviously the show on YouTube, the Sterling Austin Show. Follow me on Instagram, guywithahairtie. I also have an Etsy where I make really cool tumblers, hoodies, stuff like that. So on Disney trips, I made all my stuff. If you want to see that, it is called Coffee Mugs and Tattoos. That's on Etsy. Also another Instagram at Coffee Mugs and Tattoos.
Follow all of them.
Yeah, go check them out. If you want to chit chat, that's the place to do it. And thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time. And this was episode 2 of the Sterling Austin Show. Thank you very much, Garrett.